Here's the campsite with the bear box. Just got the tent set up. Okay, so I fixed the tent up a little bit. Figured out how to get the rainfly to stay a little bit more appropriately in place. That's about the best it's gonna get. I may have also figured out how to bring this part up as well. Oh my god, I figured out the rainfly. The piece goes down through the center. I have never had a tent that did that. They always had a connector or like a pocket to stick in that's like here, and there was like a C-arch that way. So I've never seen that before, but I finally figured it out. So I'm currently staying in Matthew's Arm. I'm going to be here for 2 nights. I came in from Front Royal up north, worked my way down to here, so that's where I'm going to be staying. Said snacks. And there is a a trail called Aurora Run that looked really, really cool. I believe it's one of the ones that has a swimming hole at the end, so that's where I want to go today. It's late enough in the day that the trail that I originally wanted to do is going to take too long to actually be able to accomplish in time before sunset. So this is the campground that I'm staying in. I drove back over this way, and I'm going to try to do Gravel Springs. It looks pretty short. There's a neat little like hut back in there. It's a bit of a historical site. I think that could be really cool. Oh my god, there's a turkey! You can barely see it disappearing down there. Emergency supplies, snacks, and an emergency poncho will be in here, but I did bring my raincoat. The actual art supplies inside have a little towel for wiping the brushes off, brushes, watercolor, a couple different kinds of pads, pencils, pens. Yeah. This is the very cool pack that I picked up for carrying my art supplies in. Drinking water, watercolor paint, water. Cute little tag for my friend's shop of a Labrador, because I have a little black labby makes it home. Pepper spray because view from the car, if the camera will focus, also intersects with the AT. First of all, there's just nobody else here, which is amazing. We're going on Gravel Springs, which is also part of the AT. That wasn't really much. It was just like a little spring with some large bricks, encouraging it to run a certain way. The hut was right next to it, but there was a group of people there, and then 2 more thru hikers came by and stopped to like chat with them, so I didn't really want to hang around and mess with that. I checked out the spring, kind of wandered around there a little bit. Wasn't really much to see. Kind of disappointing that this is how I'm spending my first day here, but also I kind of planned for today to be a bit of a dud because I knew I'd get here possibly a bit late. I'm gonna drive around a little bit more, see if I see anything else interesting. Otherwise I'm gonna head back to the campsite, I guess, and just kind of paint there. Kind of hang out, rest a bit. See what else we get to. I just saw an American redstart, which I've never seen before as far as I know. It's a very cool looking bird. So I pulled out my Merlin ID because I didn't know what it was, but I could hear it singing. I hear the robin, that's really obvious. I can hear the red-eyed vireo. I'm not very familiar with them. This is also the view outside the back of the tent. And then from the front. It's nice because I don't see my neighbors. I turn the tent so that the sides face the road. So that vehicles driving by, I don't really see them. I can kind of sort of see my vehicle parked out here. But I'm not going to be like greeted or like constantly seeing vehicles or other people around. Obviously if somebody moves into the side next to me, I'll see them, but not a big deal. I'm not going to be here most of the time anyway. It is early in the morning. I've been up since like 2:30ish, maybe 3. Just kind of hung out while it was still dark. Went and washed my face and all that good stuff. I'm going to go ahead and get packing. Figured out that if I park at a certain point on the trail that I wanted to do yesterday, it actually is only like 2 miles in to get to the waterfall, so I'm gonna attempt it. dumps of it, and you can hear it on the trail. Try to go up there and see how it looks. So I had to move everything into the back of the vehicle because my tent is flooding. I noticed that there was some water in it when I got back around 10:30 this morning, and then it started to kind of rain again and pick up, and it got worse, and I found several areas where there were leaks along several seams along the bottom and the top. So I tried to wait it out, but it turns out that it's going to be raining until like 2 p.m. and it's only noon right now. So I was gonna hang out and try to paint in the tent, stay dry, but obviously that wasn't happening. So now everything is back here, and I'm probably just gonna have to like sleep in the car tonight, which is fine because I did plan ahead a little bit for that, just in case there was something wrong with the tent. So it's going to be a damp kind of trip. Gonna live out of the car, I guess. Which is something that I'm into anyway. I would like to kind of do some car camping. I think that could be fun. But yeah, so moving on to my next campsite. I'm gonna go do some walking around and check out some of these nice views. There's that turkey.